Okay, so on this second part of Football Manager for absolute beginners, I'm going to show you how to navigate around your screen, basically, as it may be a bit daunting when this pops up once you've created your manager. I've already showed you how to start up the game, start a new game and create a manager and choose a team. So you come to this pretty much, and we shall go to the home screen where you will first be. So on the home screen you've got all the essential information, like your next fixture, which will just be a friendly, the league table, the fixtures, fixture list for the next few games, and your last two results, and just squad status and your inbox. And you can swap these all around by clicking on the arrows and deciding, oh, this has popped up again. Do you want, you could say scout reports or whatever. But yeah, I just generally keep it like that. And then you've got your profile. If you click on there, that's just your manager profile. So like your preferred tactics, your contract, your attributes, your history, and you've got your information. So I'm English, Sunday League football or past experience. Then we've got news. So this is where all your emails come in, and messages and everything. So to start with, you'll have like a personal message from the chairman, background on the club, which you might want to read, just a bit of information there. Transfer updates, sort of players out on loan or players that you've currently got on loan from other teams. Then you can meet your staff and just see what staff members you've got, like assistant manager, scouts, that sort of thing. You've got your general team report, which I'll come to later, from your assistant manager. And look, someone has welcomed us to the club. Thank you. Then you've got the new just subscriptions to various things. So you can choose what you want to, like general information to come in your news inbox, like World Player of the Year, the World Cup, that sort of thing. That doesn't really affect you as a manager, but you just might want to read about. Then you've got your start of season expectations. So this is quite important. You'll have to select straight away what, because look, we don't have much choice here. They want promotion with Airdrie United. So you have to select. With other teams you'll get more broad choice. So if you're, say, Norwich in the Premiership, your bottom one will probably be try and survive, basically attempt to avoid relegation, and they give you like £3 million and whatever per week wages. So here I've got nothing to spend, but they're still expecting me to get promoted. But I guess it is a second division club in Scotland, so they've got no money anyway. But yes, so I'll just say promotion. No, just pick winner. I'm not going to play this game anyway, it doesn't matter. Just showing you around. I applied for the England job because I'm an idiot. But yes, next part of navigation. You got the search option, which is just to search for players, which I can do another tutorial on some point. Just search for potential transfers, players on a loan list, players available for free transfer, which is always good to do. The tip is to say select attributes. If you want a defender, go to defensive, and then click on the best tackler that's available for free, and then just scout him. So you click on the player, click on scouting, get scout report, and then your scout will get back to you. That's just a quick tip for beginners and for other people who may not know that. So you can search for players, and you can also search for staff here. You've got your shortlist, all the players you've decided to scout or add to your shortlist of players that you're interested in, and recently viewed players. Next, on your profile is jobs, so you can apply, you can advertise positions. So say you're short of a scout, just can't talk. You place advert and you click on scout, and you just, then it will just look for scouts for you. Potential scouts will come back interested in your job offer. Next we have transfers and contracts. At the moment we don't have anything going on there, but we will do at some point. What's going on? Go away. Then options, which is just for the match really, which we'll come to at some point when we get to, I'll do a match tutorial for beginners. And that's just your history, which doesn't really matter at the moment. Next we've got the club club navigation, and so you click on your team name at the top and click on squad, and these are your players. On this screen you can just select them, just look at them really. I'll do player navigation afterwards. You can choose the position for an upcoming match by doing this, or by dragging that onto there, whatever you like really. You've then got backroom advice, which is advice from your assistant, which you might want to ignore, you might want to just accept. You've got the training schedules. You can create your own or just keep to the preset schedules. I sometimes create my own, it depends on the game really, but I can do a training tutorial at some point. Squad registration, that's just for the league really. You're only allowed a certain number of players in most leagues now around the world, so you have to select them before starting the season. And you've got team meeting, which we don't need to worry about at the moment. That's just in times of crisis or to improve your morale of your team. Next we've got the tactics. So here, this is where you choose your tactics. So you can add tactics here. So you could use an existing tactic as a beginner. You might want to just choose 4-1-4-1 or something. Add the tactic. It's best to select 3 tactics so you can train up in 3 different tactics at the same time, which is advantageous as it means you can swap during matches, or have one home tactic and one away tactic, maybe one more attacking, one defensive. An important thing is to choose the match preparation, which is, in pre-season I usually go for high and try and get them a bit fit, and I usually go for teamwork in pre-season just to blend the team together. During the season I usually lower it down to average, because you may get injuries, and perhaps even low if you seem to be getting a lot of injuries, change it down to low. And then you know, depending on who you're about to play, say if it's Man City, you might want to go defensive positioning. If you're playing a team weaker than you, maybe attacking movement, or if you're working on, maybe you want some defenders to get goals from corners and free kicks, maybe attacking set pieces. If you're that sort of team, like a Stoke, maybe you might want to focus on that, and just as they're quite likely to score from set pieces. Oh, go away. Next you've got team instructions. So this is how you can just sort of if you want to be attacking or defensive, just your tactic basically in general. So you can say an attacking tactic with aggressive tackling. You can see all these down here. Just fiddle around. See, the best way to get into Football Manager is just to really experiment and find out what's best for you and what works for you. Go on forums for advice. Maybe you might want to download a tactic and use a preset one, but that sort of spoils the fun a bit. It's always more pleasurable when you win something with your own tactic, something you've created yourself from scratch. So just play around, have an experiment, and see how it goes really. And that's just the best way to really get into Football Manager, in my opinion. Just experiment. Individual player instructions, so you just select on that and change the role, or you can just do it here on the right hand side. Change him to a poacher. You might want him to attack, or if you go to defensive forward, you might want him to be a support striker and be less attacking. Same with midfielders, you can have deep line playmaker, box to box midfielder, etc, etc. Just have a look around with them. I'll do some tutorials on more specific things. This is just an overall tutorial for just getting started really, so I don't want to go into too many specifics. Set pieces, you just select your top players, corner kick takers. So if you click on here, click on corners, we can see Willie McLaren's the best corner taker, so you just drag him over. Free kicks, see Stevenson's the best, drag him over. Throw-ins, I don't usually bother, but you can do that if you want to take long throw-ins perhaps. Penalty takers, just the same, whoever's got the most highest on penalties, drag him over. Captains, influence is usually the highest you look at, and perhaps determination slightly. And yeah, shouts is just in-game shouts, which is what you usually do during the match. I don't always do them, to be honest. Next on the navigation screen, I'll do tactic, like in a overall tactics thing at some point, more detail. Fixtures, so you've got your friendlies and your league campaign, and lastly on here, team report. Just look at the team and see what positions need to be strengthened really at the start of the season. So here we could say, if you're not going to play wing backs, it doesn't matter anyway, so they may look a bit weak, but depends. If you're going to play wing backs, then you might want to sign some, but if not to worry. Here I would say I'd sign a left back, slightly stronger, because he's a bit weak compared to the rest of the defence. Maybe another centre back, there's only one really good one. Defence midfielders, if you want to play a defensive midfielder. Central midfielders look good, but I would say probably need another attacking midfielder. And the strikers look pretty good if you decide to beat Airdrie United. Team comparison, you can compare your team with the rest of the division. So you can see we have quite a low team average age, 22.57, although the whole division seems to be quite low because Arbroath is only 25.86. Last match just analyses your last match, which was a friendly. Tactic analysis. I don't usually click on these, but if you want to go into the details of the game, then you would. But you don't really need to worry, to be honest. So that's the squad, training, fixtures, etc. Backroom advice, I clicked on. Team report, I clicked on this. Team policy. Now, at the start of the game, you may want your assistant manager to take control of arranging friendly matches, so you would click on that. And you may want him to take control of the actual friendly match. But if I was you, as a beginner, I would play a few friendlies just to get a hang of the game before cracking on with the league. So leave that unticked for now, but once you become a bit more accomplished at the game, untick that, because I really can't be bothered to play friendlies in pre-season. I like to see the results, but I just let my assistant manager take control using my tactics, and yeah, just see how it goes really, because I can't be bothered to waste my time with them. And then we've got scouting. So I've only got one scout, but you can add a new assignment for him. So, although I can't at the moment because he's got one, but say you delete this one, UK and Ireland, and you can choose him to scout a particular nation. So I could say I want him to scout Australia. Depends what team you are as to whether your board room allow you to go around the world or just stay local. So that just depends really. And so that's scouting. Information, just information about your team, just basic stuff which you might be interested in. Affiliated clubs is feeder clubs and parent clubs, which this team doesn't have. History is just information once again. The boardroom is just where you can edit budgets, which we cannot do really. Well, we can, but you can get a transfer budget here actually if you reduce the wage bill. So say you're a mid-table Premiership team and you've got a lot of spare sort of wages. It's a good idea to say pull this lever across so you can increase your transfer budget perhaps. That's a good tip. Also in the boardroom you may want to interact with board, which is down the bottom in the middle. Click on interact with board and you can ask them to improve things like the training facilities or the youth facilities, which is always a good idea. Or perhaps you might want more staff, may want a bigger stadium. Probably not a good idea to ask that straight away. And finance, you might want to increase the wage or transfer budget, so that's where you go with that. Board confidence is how you're getting on, so they will analyse you on particular things. And that's probably about it for this second part of the tutorial, just navigating around. In the third one I think we're player friendly, and I'll just show you the basics of playing a game. If you think I've missed anything out in this tutorial for absolute beginners, this is for people that have never played the game, remember. So just let me know. I'll be doing more tutorials for more experienced players very soon as well. Thank you for watching.